I'm a sick man. I'm an angry man. I think there's something wrong with my liver. Trivial matters. I suffer the greatest ailment of all, consciousness. I swear to you that to think too much is a disease. Henceforward, I shall live out the rest of my days locked away in the underground, in this doleful sanctuary. These are my confessions. I would have been around 25, 26. It doesn't matter. I was young. I had inveigled my way into a farewell dinner for an old schoolmate.
The truth is, I haven't spoken to most of them for years now. I dare say I may even hate one or two of them. But I invited myself anyway, out of spite.
There was Simonov, who made it a point to avoid acknowledging my presence that entire evening. I suppose you could have called us friends in school, though we had a falling out a few years later. For Fitchkin, I don't think I ever said 2 words to him back in school. Utter vulgarian. Trudolyubov didn't go to the same high school as the rest of us, a work colleague of the guest of honour, if I recall. Insipid little sycophant. And just who was so special a person as to warrant a farewell dinner, you ask? Zverkov. Oh, Zverkov. Even at 14, I was astounded at just how vacuous he was. The consummate braggart, garnering the affections of all the sheep. Even with his lamentable grades, he traipsed through each year with blissful abandon. Everyone knows he only graduated because his family had influence.
So, do you work in the city?
You work for the government, right? Administration.
Centrelink. I work at Centrelink.
Giving handouts to dole bludgers. Sounds like satisfying work.
Mate, you wouldn't last a minute working there. Good for you, man.
I wish I could blame my lack of ambition on indolence. But a wise man cannot truly make himself anything. Not when he understands that all that he does will ultimately fail. Enough of this. I know exactly how the night will end.
Gentlemen, if I may have your attention. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "He who fights
I would give a rousing speech about truth, life, and the nature of free will, enthralling them with my rare erudition and pointed wit. A true privilege indeed."
And then I said, "Well, forgive me, sir, but you would know your Kierkegaard from your Nietzsche."
Who's this comedian?
Only then would Zverkov see my true merit. Yet I would comfort him in his moment of impotence, assuring him that I am just a man, like any other, and that he shouldn't be intimidated by me. And then we would become fast friends. And just as I would teach Zverkov all the wonders to be found in philosophy and literature, he in turn would teach me how to throw a punch, protecting me from the dangers of the world. And then he'd invite me to his wedding, perhaps even making me his best man. And our bond would be so strong that we'd cease to be friends, instead be as brothers forever.
Cheers to the maddest
bastards out there.
Yes. No toast from you.
I'll make my own toast.
It's all right.
I won't toast to your ennoblement. I won't even toast to your good fortune. Unlike you, Zverkov, I don't hold such menial things like cars and money to be sacrosanct. I believe in truth, honesty, and sincerity. But as I look around this table, do you know what I see instead? Avarice and vainglory made manifest. And I have the afflictive notion that these are the only merits you have left. I pity the day that you two arrive at the same woeful epiphany, for it will be too late. You've wasted your lives.
Why are you here? Seriously, no one's forcing you to be here.
I came because I wanted to come.
Yes, because you're so smart. Congratulations. The door's just there. Why don't you just leave?
Make sure he pays for his drinks before he leaves.
How am I wasting my life?
What?
You said we are wasting our lives. How am I wasting my life?
Well, perhaps I'll rephrase that.
So what, I should be more like you? Read more books. You seem to know what's best for everyone.
I never said that. No. Look, there are no truths. There are no certainties. The only person I claim to truly understand is myself.
Then what the fuck gives you the right to judge me?
Well, maybe you and I should just step outside. Just you and me.
Fantasy you order, gentlemen?
Yes, finally. Can we get 4 glasses, please?
Oh my god. Want to step outside?
I remember as I stewed in my own misery for the rest of that night, thinking to myself, these men of action who can avenge their wrongs and generally stand up for themselves, how do they do it? Men like that go straight for their goal, like a mad bull charging with its horns down, to be stopped, if at all, only by a stone wall.
Wait, Zverkov.
I think it's about time you called it a night, don't you, man?
I must apologize. I know I offended you.
Offended me? Mate, there is nothing you could ever say that would offend me. Do you understand me?
All that's left is to sink voluptuously into inertia, silently and impotently gnashing your teeth. I suppose I could quote you some nuanced maxim avowing the hollowness of human intimacy. written by what's-his-name, published in the year so-and-so, waxing lyrical about how everything you perceive as love is nothing more than a chemical reaction, sneering glibly as your happiness is philosophized into oblivion. Why, then, after all that, does my heartache still remain?